Hey man, Skull Radio, the Modern Hip Hop Channel at 95.3. We gotta go local. Got my homie Mike Dreams in here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on with you,
It's a long time coming, man.
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, I remember back in the days. Let's take them back real quick. You were like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Big homie. You had gained a lot of weight. You were a young son.
Yep,
this
yep.
character, this soft-spoken, gentle giant. Then, a couple years later, my man loses a bunch of weight, changes the name,
Yeah.
Mike Dreams,
Had
Mr.
to level
Smooth.
up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very cool, man. You definitely leveled up. Took a couple years, you know what I mean? Trying some different things. You're back in effect. We got some new music.
Back in effect.
You've been out here for making music for probably almost 10 years.
Yeah, it's about a decade now for sure. Definitely
beautiful,
in
man.
the local scene for sure.
Yeah, man. And we got this new record that you sent my way, this She Got Game thing.
Yeah, She Got Game.
Yeah, it's dope. Talk about what you've been up to. What's going on?
Man, I just been working on my new project. I took a couple years off. I did some traveling. I lived in Nashville for a little bit, trying
Dope.
to get into the whole songwriting thing, the ASCAP thing.
Yeah.
Traveled to LA for a little bit. That same kind of networking thing, because I want to do more than just be a performer and a recording artist.
Most
what I mean?
definitely.
So I've been doing that. Got a chance to get a placement on 50 Cent's show Power. So I
Okay.
was on season 1, episode 2 of that.
Cool.
And so that was cool. And just learning more about the business and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, man.
And so now I'm just getting a chance to get back into creating my music that I want to create and kind of talk about my journey this past couple years, because it's like way different than when I was first coming out,
Most
as
definitely.
an artist. So
Yeah, you were really pushing your own brand heavy. I remember when I first met you, you would email me and hit me and talk about this music, and you're always such a gentleman and so polite, but very persistent.
Yeah.
Very persistent early. And
Got to be, man.
you've had a lot of ups and downs in your career, but you've always been very consistent making dope music.
definitely I appreciate
So
that, man.
let's get into the She Got Game record. I want to talk about your experience down in Nashville coming up next. This is like some smooth kind of like Neo and Fab, kind of some for the ladies.
Some for the ladies and some like, just the kind of behind to that R&B rap records. Like
Right.
I always was a fan of that, even back, my favorite rapper was Mace growing up.
Of course.
So Mace was like the king of like the R&B rap
Yeah,
records. So
man.
I was on that. So that's kind of what it was, the 90s R&B sample, that whole
Very
vibe.
hot, though. Very hot, man. Let's get into it. She Got Game. Mike Dreams is in the studio. We're talking to him next.
Yes, sir.
See, that's that vibe that the game is kind of missing, that 90s R&B. We heard Drake touch on it a little bit.
Yeah.
I seen A$AP Rocky and them kind of, certain vibes. But, my man, very cool record. What's your man that's singing? What's his name?
Dimitri.
Where's he from?
He's from here. He actually graduated from high school for recording arts.
Dope.
And then he went out and he's actually got I don't know the details. He got like a writing deal out there and
Yeah.
he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
And now he's back for the summer. And I was like, oh, this is perfect time to drop it, because like we recorded it like a year ago.
Yeah.
Perfect time to drop it. So
Dope.
we've been doing our live shows.
He sounds great, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I see a lot of Minnesota artists traveling to LA and really getting into the game. The younger generation, I feel like, really wants to get into the national game in a way where
yeah, absolutely.
previous generation was really cool with being popping in Minnesota and then kind of traveling and being under the radar. I see guys like Bobby Raps
Yeah.
and I see Tip and I see Allen and I'm all these guys that
Moody,
are
yeah, those
right
guys,
on the
yeah.
edge of big national attention, which is really dope. But not to take anything away from the Brother Ali's and them, but it's a different formula.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you were down in Nashville. Talk about that experience and the songwriting stuff.
When I was down there, it was just like, it was a whole different like level. First of all, like the urban music part of it is like
Right.
real, just small. It's like almost non-existent. So I would want to go to like the ASCAP meetings. I'm like an ASCAP member for songwriting, and then also the Grammy Foundation, like through my schooling, because I was going down there for schooling. And it's just it's kind of resistant, but it's kind of challenging, because it's like it's not like up here where you have the connections per se, because people are kind of tight knit, but people are making money, they're doing their thing, but they have their focal point of like people they work with. So to
Right.
kind of break in was different. So I just tried to soak up as much as possible.
Yeah.
They didn't have an urban music rep down there, so it was like somebody we call back and forth to Atlanta and talk about and stuff. And my dream was like, hopefully I can one day be the rep down there, but it didn't quite work out
Right.
or whatever. But it's like, it just was a good culture shock to like look at what's going on. It's like a heavy country rap thing going on down there
Yeah.
too, that I didn't know was
Crazy.
even a thing. And so I was like, okay, that's legit. And so it was cool to see a different market from Minnesota. And then the same thing when I went to LA, where it's
Yeah.
like probably my favorite area and place to go,
Yeah.
because those guys are working, and then it's like, it's fun though. Like, their business is like fun
Yeah,
to me. Some of the
yeah.
experiences I had, like I'm sitting in a room with like some award-winning A&Rs, and then they look like me. They're regular people, just
100%.
kicking it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
man, yeah.
So what do you do? And I'm like, I'm an artist, and I'm trying to get out there.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I just produced the last, Trey Songz record or something. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
So now it's like,
Yeah, man.
it gets kind of deep.
It's dope to see the different tiers and levels to the music business and be exposed to that, because coming into this as a novice, you're like, I want to be a star, I want to do this, I want to write my songs. They don't realize how many people contribute to these albums and make this music that we love on the radio and the television, and we're in the clubs. You think, oh, this guy Drake. Look, man, you got a couple writers helping you out. I love the music. Keep it coming.
Absolutely. Like, I think that whole discussion about authenticity and things like that and the whole MC thing, like, I've always rocked with it because locally, like, that's like kind of what we're taught, underground and
Definitely,
lyrical.
keep it real.
But now when we're talking about the business of music and making music and commercially viable music people can like rock with, it's always a team thing. Even before hip hop, it was like nobody really questioned when it was like Berry Gordy and like a group of like producers and writers trying to make the best music in the in the world.
Right. And think of even go back to the Drake situation. What was his man that was supposedly writing for him? What's the kid's name?
Quentin Miller.
Okay, if you listen to the Quentin Miller records, they're aight. But when you hear Drake on them, it's obvious that Drake is a star. And that star like quality, that type of that star power doesn't necessarily mean that you're a great songwriter, or you maybe you can rap a little bit, but I appreciate what Drake does. Do I believe wholeheartedly that he is a mate? No. But that's not what it's for.
It's about the showmanship and everything too. The presentation.
I want to hear that real lyricism. I'm going to listen to Pharoah Monch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Internal Affairs. You know what I'm saying? Mike Dreams, I appreciate you. If anybody wants to reach out to you and connect with you on social media, how do they do that?
You can go to my website, MikeDreamsMusic.com. And then, of course, on Twitter, @MikeDreamsMusic. Facebook is Facebook.com/MikeDreams. And then on Instagram is Mike Dreams.
Word up.
And you can find all my material. I got like 3 albums out. So.
Word.
And I got another one on the way, so I'm really
quality music. Welcome back to the game, homie.
Thank you, man.
And welcome to the new studios.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I like the aesthetic and everything. Y'all,
it's not bad, man.
Y'all living in here.
Shout out to my brother Zeke. We here, man. Let's go.
What's that?